Blaze it.
Thank you for that. There was something we accepted a while ago and didn't do. Have Cam briefly talk about one or two of his favorite Magic decks.
Oh, Jesus. That's
okay.
Jesus.
I played the only deck I have together right now is modern Gift Storm, which is a lot like solving a puzzle box so hard the other person dies. Like it's like
so blue.
Your opponent shows up and is playing Magic, and you're playing Magic as well, but you're not involved in the same game that they are. You're just doing stuff, and then they pass you turn 3, or they do something on turn 3, and you're like, haha, remand. And they're like, oh, okay, I guess I'll kill you next turn. And you're like, but what if instead I solved this Rubik's Cube for 20 minutes and you died?
You guys just don't like playing with other people.
Not really. They're an obstacle to me having quiet time. So this is a good way of showing contempt for your opponent.
See why you like Magic.
Unless they do anything to disrupt you, in which case you're just like, oh, okay, good game. And then you go and have a break. So that's Modern Storm. The other deck archetype that I really liked is Storm has been around for a while in one form or another. You know, just playing a bunch of cards and then your opponent explodes in one turn. Whatever, that's been around for a while. The other deck that I like is a more recent archetype called The Aristocrats. And what it does is it's a creature-heavy deck that plays a lot of, it plays 3 broad kinds of creatures. One are creatures that do something when they die. Sometimes, like Doomed Traveler, they're a little creature that when it dies, it makes another creature. In this case, a spirit, right? You kill the dude, and then his soul also is there. So you have creatures that do something when they die. That's one category. The next ones are creatures that have are your sacrifice outlets. And those are creatures that have a rule or a clause on them that says, sacrifice a creature, get an effect. And sometimes that effect is like, this creature gets bigger this turn, or this creature gets a specific ability. Or this creature does something, and it doesn't really matter what it is, but it kills one of your own dudes to do it, and that's important. The third category of creatures are blood artists, I think is the generic name for them, and they are creatures that have a line of text on them that says, when a creature dies, get an effect. The blood artist says when a creature dies, you gain life and each opponent loses 1 life. So you can see where this is going. You play a bunch of things, you sacrifice, your aristocrats eat your little guys, the blood artists generate an effect, and then you kill your opponent. It's it's synergistic and kind of fun, and you can come up with some weird lines through it.
Nice.
So yeah, it's like an aggro deck that kills with a combo sometimes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
hey, Beach.
Yes.
I saw some people talking about silent auctions coming through. Does that mean we just had silent auctions end and we have new ones?
I think it's people paying out because
Excuse me.
we did it at 2, and they had 8 hours remaining.
Oh, that was only
so
2 hours
lots
ago.
of time. So we'll probably end up covering silent.
We'll do it later. It's
Yeah.
fine.
To bring attention to things though, as well, is that if you're interested in seeing what's currently going on at Desert Bus, you can go to desertbus.org to do that, and you can see all the prizes and stuff there. You can see what's going on, all over, like all that kind of stuff. The blog, I believe, updates all the time, so you can see like what's new stuff that might be going in and around the lunar module. But yeah, you can check out all the prizes there and see what's currently up for bid, and also other giveaways that we'll be doing later in this shift.
Yep, you can also follow Twitter at Desert Bus, or we also are on Instagram, Desert Bus for Hope.
Instagram.
Instagram.
Oh, one other important thing I forgot to mention about the Aristocrats is that it's freakishly resilient. It absorbs punishment and damage in a weird way, in that it can dodge a lot of your opponent's removal, or it punishes your opponents for using removal. You very rarely want to Wrath the board of an Aristocrats player because you will usually die. So it presents an interesting challenge for a lot of decks. There. That's the button on that.
Nice.